Hello everyone, welcome back to 60 Seconds Reatomized. There are a few reasons I've brought you back to this game today. Number one, I want to see what the effect of having all of those hats gathered in the challenge mode actually does to a playthrough. Number two, I'd like to actually win a playthrough. That may have been a number one, but you know, didn't really think of it. Number three, it's time Dolores took the stand, isn't it? Last time out, we were Ted. Ted gets all the glory. Let's see what Dolores has got, shall we? You could be great, Dolores. I believe in you. Show us what you got, girl. Do us something magical. Right. I've got no real strategy for this, other than try our best, grab some stuff, and try not to die. Well, it looks like we shall be starting with the Boy Scout book and a can of water, because they're close. And let's take, if it'll let me click, the flashlight and some playing cards. Okay, this is going to be an utterly terrible haul, isn't it? Right, food, water. That's a good haul right there. Into here, we need at least one other family member. Timmy, you are coming with me. As is that radio, as is that can of water. That's probably us covered for food and water for the moment. So let's have the gun, and let's have a couple of other random bits of crap. Yeah, sure, a padlock, a checkers board. I've spied on the wall in here the first aid kit, which is great, and we'll also have the bug spray because, you know what, it's there. In here I see the map, so let's try and grab that. We are low on time. Quick. Okay, we've made it back. I think we've got enough stuff. We've only got the one family member this time, which is Timmy, but I've done that slightly strategically because, you know, it'll take a lot less food and water to keep two alive as opposed to the 4 we tried with last time. And even with the 4 last time, we made it to like day 63, I think, off the top of my head. So hopefully, with all the stuff we brought, we should do alright. This looks like a pretty good haul, right? I mean, I'm not sure really why we need the checkers set, or the cards, or, you know. But here we are. Let's make the most of it. Okay. Day 1. Timmy is safe, and that's what matters. We barely got here in time ourselves. We've no idea what happened to Mary Jane and Ted. Maybe they're okay. Sorry, guys. We vaguely remember stashing some things in the shelter because there was no room for them upstairs. Turns out being messy can really work in your favour. +1 gas mask. That is fabulous, thank you. Our shelves are full of cans, we'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. This is the best shock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. And somebody's drawn a cake, and I was after cake. Well, you're not having any, I'm afraid. It's not easy to be calm in these circumstances. Hopefully we will keep our peace, or else we might need to act like wolves. Survival of the fittest and all. I think we can make a good job of this. Radio, we've got that. That's always useful. And I feel like this is a good assortment of food and water. Like, how bad can this really be? It's easy to feel a bit down when living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerfulness into our lives. Dolores is doing well. No news is good news on Timmy. Marvellous. In that case, no food and no water. Right, the neighbourhood is still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a big risk to our health. Should we do it anyway? Yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound. There isn't a lot of space down here and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Yeah, why not? Let's give it a crack. I'm sure the mindless optimism I have at this point in the game will probably wear off by day, 15, but it doesn't look like either of them have injured themselves, and that's what I like to see. But it does look like we trashed our radio. Dang and blast. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What happened next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, a reptile, or whatever this crazy mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping everywhere all over the damn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed our radio off the table and went back in the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again. Darn it. Okay. Timmy says he wants a drink, and Dolores also wants a drink. Thirsty little creatures you are, so water for the two of them. And we're feeling pretty optimistic about today's expedition. The only thing left to do is choose the right person to go out. Guess what, Timmy? You're up. but because it's still a bit gaseous outside, we'll give you a gas mask. We're kind like that. We try to be, anyway. Right, let's hope Timmy finds something good, and until then, we've just got Dolores to entertain. What are you going to do for us, Dolores? Nothing much, as she's no longer thirsty. Okay. What's that trickling sound? And why is the wall so wet? Are we about to get flooded? We don't have life preservers. Or a boat. A boat wouldn't even fit in this shelter. We need to do something. Save the supplies! Well, the radio's bust already. I'm going to take the map over the cards because it seems more useful. What happens? Do the cards just become mush? Paper mache? Nope, they just vanish. Well, that was great. Before any of the streams squirting from the walls could hit our map, we tore it down. It was the only thing not to get wet during our little flood. After the water level had dropped, we started cleaning up. We might not finish before the next apocalypse hits. Look at this! It actually shows on the floor and everything, look! That's kind of gross. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, Dolores is alright, and we lost our cards. Onwards and upwards. There it goes again. Noises. Weird noises, all the time. Are they coming from the pipes? The walls? Is it something behind the door? We don't know, and it's driving us insane. We should sit down and relax, otherwise we might get paranoid. Time to break out the checkers, since apparently our cards have all gone into the mushy flood. Right, what's going on today? Did checkers solve all your problems, Dolores? Having some fun made us forget about... what was it again? I'm not sure either, but Dolores is keen for some water, so there you go. Drink up. This is terrible. We can't sleep. We've been having problems with sleeping ever since we got down here, but now it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we won't be able to cope with any other challenges that await us outside these thin shelter doors. Ah, so, you want the med pack, so you can turn it into like sleeping pills or something? Is that what this just is? Because you're not having it. The chances are you're just going to get injured, and frankly, I need to save you from injury more than I need you to, like, sleep well. Ha! Look at this! Her hair's got all fluffy and she's gone nuts. Hungry and crazy. Fabulous. Maybe this will be a really short expedition after all. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare away raiders or save us from radiation sickness. Okay, well, Dolores is not thirsty, but she is hungry and she's gone nuts, so soup it is. Treat yourself. A group of people dressed in green pyjamas knocking on our hatch is not something that we anticipated, yet this is exactly what happened. Furthermore, they insist they are merry men and wish to take from the rich and give to the poor. We're pretty poor, so maybe we could make some new friends. Should we let them in? I feel like letting them in is probably a bad idea. But, so long as they don't take the med pack, I'm probably okay with it happening? Or am I? I'm not sure about this. Ooh, 50-50. No. Let's leave them outside, not let them in, and see what Timmy brings us. Surely Timmy's due back soon, right? Otherwise, we really are going to be here going nuts. We didn't answer those peculiar calls and kept the door locked until the noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure we want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in these troubled times? They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. So yeah, Dolores is bonkers, but not hungry anymore. We didn't think we would get a chance to increase our food supply by simply playing a card game, but that's what we were offered by a man who knocked on our door today. 2 cans of food. We win, we get his 2 cans, we lose, we give him our 2 cans. Are we going to do it? No, because we let our cards sink into a mushy pile of gloop when it flooded. So yeah, not a thing. Ooh, Timmy, you're back! Please tell me you're not nuts. Well, he's not nuts, but he is hungry and tired. And he broke the gas mask. Darn. Okay, what else did you actually bring us? Huh, more cards. Would you look at that? Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set the kids? We need supplies, but we're not going to get them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. We sent that man away. Good riddance. I totally would have played had we actually had cards, but you know. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We spotted an unknown group of people scavenging in our neighbourhood. They had lots of bags and backpacks. Too many, even. They were really busy and didn't notice when one of their backpacks went missing. With a little help from us. Good shout, Timmy. Lucky find. There were some cans inside. Oh, it's soup. +1 soup. The sound of glass hitting glass while running with a backpack could only mean one thing. Water! Marvellous. The outer pocket of the backpack contained a deck of cards. Even better. But our gas mask was a bit damaged. However, we spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. Is there a way to, like, reverse madness? I genuinely am not sure. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Right, you're hungry. Have some soup. Okay, so Timmy is not safe to go out, and Dolores is bonkers, so let's not prepare a trip for tomorrow. Spiders seem to be operating under the assumption that they have all the same rights to the shelter as we do. They're everywhere and don't seem very scared of us. It's time we change that. We don't want any spiders in our soup, no siree. Okay, well, bug spray, Boy Scout book, or med pack. They're not having the med pack, I can tell you that much. Whack 'em really hard with the book. Really hard. It's not quite a rolled up newspaper, which we all know is the absolute best implement, but it's something, right? We always knew books were precious. They are the perfect weapon for waging total war on insectoids of any kind. Fear will keep the local spiders in line. Fear of this scout handbook. While chasing them around the shelter, we found a misplaced water bottle. That was a good hunt. Dolores is clearly giving in to the madness. We wish we could stop it. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy should eat, but has rested. And he also wants some water. Okay, so she's just bonkers, and you are hungry and thirsty. Fabulous. Right, well, since he's rested, yes, let's prepare to send Timmy out again tomorrow. You would expect a nuclear explosion would be enough to quench any petty arguments. When the future is not looking too pretty, all you see is naked walls. Not much is necessary for an explosion. It happened. We started fighting like crazy. Oops. That's not good. What is that? Oh, that's the ice cream truck. That we haven't found. Okay. Cool. I'm just sitting here though, and I am wondering, what about our hats? These guys aren't wearing hats. Was there an option I was supposed to enable in order to put hats on? Intriguing. Right. Dolores is still bonkers. It's pretty peaceful though, but she is a bit hungry. So, food for Dolores. Timmy is in peak physical condition, all things considered, and is going outside. Right. He's bust the gas mask, there's no point in him taking that, so off you trot, Tims. Bring us home something magnificent. He has gone out day 11 into day 12, so we need to keep an eye out for him to come back at some point. Right. Timmy went out into the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Yes, we do. We will panic. Right, Dolores is not hungry but needs a drink. So, drinks for you. Magnificent. Someone is at the door. We're a bit scared, but maybe it's a friendly face of an American soldier. Should we open? Why not? Dolores is bonkers anyway. Let's see what happens. Please be good, please be good. Day 13. Are we still alive? Oh, marvellous. Dolores is bonkers and sick. What the heck happened? A group of travellers wearing gas masks and carrying some serious-looking equipment gave us purified water. Before we could thank them, they turned away and left. Thank you, 2 waters, but opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gave us some awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. So Dolores is mad, but not thirsty, and ill. Well, come on then, let's give you the first aid pack, because we can't really survive without you, can we? We've been hearing a lot of noises coming from our neighbourhood today. Our guess is that there was a zoo escape and the animals are stampeding up there. It might be a good chance to hunt some fresh food. Who should go outside? First question, why is that your first thought? Ugh. Second choice, Dolores is the only choice. Fingers crossed. This might have been a very poor choice. Day 14. What's happened? Okay. Dolores is still mad, but she's not sick. And I think, yeah, we've got more food. We found the herd, and were able to bring down something that looked like a 2-headed donkey that was carrying a package of sorts. Before we could get to it, a giant bird of prey swooped down, grabbed the carcass, and flew away. All that remained were a few cans of soup that fell out of the donkey's pack. Brilliant. So Dolores is still bonkers, but she's not mad. No, she is mad, but she's not sick. That's what I mean. No hunger, no thirst. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If only we had a chance to tune in to some emergency radio and learn a thing or two. But we can't because we broke our radio in a fight with a lizard, rat, spider thing. Ooh, telephone! Whoever could it be? Asking after little old me? They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Dolores is very unpredictable. Sometimes we're a bit afraid of her. And she's thirsty. Okay, well at least that's predictable, and I can give you some water. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet, here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? Yes. Off you trot, Dolores. Do us something great. Please don't get sick this time, though. Oh, Timmy's back. Magical. Did he bring us stuff? He brought us some ammo that I've spotted. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. And Timmy is back from the wasteland. It's quite a long walk from our house to the docks. We knew of a promising warehouse in the area. It survived the blast, but the sea wave drowned half of it. We were hoping it wasn't the better half. We always thought canned soup was made in America. Apparently it's made in another country with a weird name that we didn't recognise. According to the crate's date stamp, the shipment came after the blast. Huh, weird. +5 soup! My god, Timmy, you're good. Water everywhere, and finding empty bottles to store it in was not a problem. The problem was the water we filled them with was kinda salty. +4 water! Wow. And the half-drowned container in the back was labelled nothing important. It was full of ammo. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We'd observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Wow, okay, cool. So, Dolores. Hungry. Timmy, hungry and tired. We can manage this. We've got food for days. Look at those numbers. Absolutely bananas. Right, no one's going out tomorrow. And if there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens, we've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... Never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our eyes and ears open for any sign from them. Except, we bust our radio! All the events that are coming up seem to really want a radio, and ours is balked. Absolutely balked. Right, what's going on today? If there is one thing we need to do to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area, it's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Well, fix the radio then! Come on, please! Or give us a new one. Come on, Timmy, find us one! Right, Dolores is okay, but mad. Timmy's hungry, needs to rest, and wants some water. Okay. Food and water. We can manage that. All over this. And so, yes, no one's going outside. Oh, look. At least we've got some items for this one. We can barely breathe in this damn shelter for the last couple of hours. The situation has been getting worse. There might be something wrong with the ventilation system. Maybe it's stuck. If that's the case, we need to look into fixing it right away. Well, I feel like spraying bug spray around is a bad shout. Should we book it? Yeah. Let's do it! It's gotta be pretty hard to break a book in a ventilation system, right? You would hope. And would you look at that? The book is still quality. Magical. Okay. Using the handbook to research vent maintenance seemed like a fair idea. We figured if it's full of pointers on how to fix things, it must have a chapter on nuclear shelter air filtration systems. Before we could check, we were invaded by a group of angry mutant insects which flew out of that cursed vent. Their stings hurt like hell and seemed to give us a fever. Oh, blooming heck. I do not need more sickness. So Dolores is now mad, thirsty, and sick again. But Timmy's alright! Yay! Oh, Timmy. Whatever are we going to do? We're going to give some water to Dolores. You're okay. And so yeah, let's send you out into the wasteland. What would we give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again? we can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. I don't know. Looks like you've got a reasonable distribution of light to me. Those two ones on the wall at the top are pretty good. Oh, Dolores looks awful. This is not going well. Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. Dolores is still ill, but not thirsty, but mad. Okay. Timmy is being brave. At least that's something. We try. Sick and deranged. Oh god, deranged sounds even worse than crazy. How do we fix that? Okay, well, Timmy, you're going out into the wild. Please bring us back something good. Maybe, you know, a med pack or some sanity pills. I wholeheartedly regret not using the med pack to fix Dolores' sanity. I never realised it would be quite so vital. Right, so Timmy's gone, and with no help, Dolores might go over the brink of sanity. Do something. I don't know what to do. If I did, I would do it. Right, well, at least I can give you soup. Right, okay, so a woman came by with a creature that she claims is a camel, provided that camels have 5 legs. The animal is carrying a pack of goods for trade. So we have to give up an item to get water. Well, I don't want water. I'll give you water for a radio. Not really, ideal, that. Water's one of the few things I seem to have loads of, but I hear a knock on that door. Is it going to be helpful? In the end, we decided her offers were not for us. Maybe another time, if she ever comes back. Okay, so Dolores' health is doomed. She's about to go over the edge of the brink of sanity. She's not hungry though, but she is thirsty, so water. Oh, Dolores, come back to me. We got a visit today from a person with a physical mutation. He managed to grow several extra fully operational hands. He shared the story of his group with us, people with other deformities who, despite the circumstances, remain friendly and struggle to gather supplies. Wherever they go, people just shoo them away in fear of getting sick. He promises that if we gift him some supplies, his group will help us get rid of the bandits next time they bother us. Sure, what do I have most of? 12 cans of food. Well, yeah, go on then, mate. Have a can of soup. I hope it helps you out. If you want to come back and cure my diseases, or my sanity, I mean, of course I'll take those. Whether it was pity or just fear of bandits, we're not sure, but in the end, we agreed to his terms. We will be calmer knowing that someone else is looking out for us, especially someone with so many arms. Okay, magical. Dolores. What's going on now? Okay. Ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about that other door in the shelter. Should it even be here? Where does it lead? It's high time we checked it out. I vote flashlight, because I feel like rifle. You stick a rifle into a door you've never opened before, and you're gonna shoot your mate or something, aren't you? Like, I don't know. That's what it seems like to me. So, flashlight hasn't broken. Good start. We inspected every corner of the room and found nothing. Well, that was a waste of time. I'm really getting worried about Dolores, you know. I feel like this is all going to end very soon. Oh, and of course, the government want to speak to us again, but our radio is still bust. Dang and blast. Nothing much I can do about that. Ooh, door. Timmy, 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 what did you get us? You didn't get us a med pack, I can tell you that much. And cool blimey, what happened to your hair? That is growing. Can you even see? Yeah. Not sure I know what he's brought us, but, he's back at least. Half of our local city hall has been completely obliterated. The other half, however, looked promising, so we went in to investigate the ruins. The mayor's secretary was a sweet old lady who loved music. The mayor let her keep a radio, so she could listen to it while she worked. It's still here and undamaged. Oh, magical! So, all he brought us was a radio, but he brought us a radio! Wonderful! Now when the military call for the 3rd time, assuming we're still surviving, which we probably won't be at this rate with Dolores' health, at least we can listen. But unfortunately, it might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Eek. Does that count as the mission where the 3-handed, 4-handed, who knows how many handed, multi-handed guy protected us, or is that the next mission? I'm not sure. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards. Dolores is just not good. Let's give her food, let's give her water. Timmy is also hungry, so we'll give him some food. And yeah, no one's going outside tomorrow. During our last expedition, we finally approached that nearby vehicle. It was an ice cream truck, missing wheels and a few other crucial components. The outside was rusty and a little burnt up. If we hope to ever drive away from here, we should scavenge something to reinforce it. Anything we should grab for this little surprise run? Well, the only option I've got is a flashlight, so flashlight it is. I wonder what that will do. Hopefully something beneficial. I think I just heard a knock on the door again, you know. Oh well, flashlight's bust. Blast! Armed with a flashlight, we braved the darkness of an almost intact basement a few houses down the street. There were lots of cobwebs and an impressive collection of barbecues. We grabbed some grills to install in our vehicle for protection. It smelled wonderful too. Oh, the flashlight didn't make it. Shame. Okay, well, Dolores is ill, Dolores is insane, but she's not hungry or thirsty, so that's something. Timmy's hungry and thirsty and not rested, so she's okay. He needs food and water. That I can provide. Nobody is going out. A young lady, all dressed in white, has visited us today, requesting our aid. Wasting no time, she laid out a plan of what she said is a bandit camp where she claims her twin brother is being held. Seems like the young man was witless enough to challenge the biggest bandit leader to a sword fight, and now his sister is very worried. She says we definitely won't regret it if we decide to help her. Who should go outside? Well, Timmy, looks like it's going to be you, because I think Dolores will fall apart. So, let's send you out. Please survive. Please. Well, he's still here. Dolores is just about still here. And after all that, I meant to click on these and I didn't. Oh, look at this. This is cute, isn't it? What's this all about? Await further instructions from friendly wastelanders. Huh. Are these all the missions that can, like, help us, what do you call it? Win. That's the word. That's interesting, isn't it? And this is a little picture of the ice cream truck. Oh, how wonderful. Anyway, what am I supposed to be reading? The woman quickly called a group of friends and we set out for what turned out to be a successful mission. Finding the lost twin brother wasn't a problem. He was hanging on top of some antenna next to the fence, trying to escape. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand, but the group quickly tended to his injuries, and he'll be just fine. The siblings thanked us 100 times and said they would definitely contact us again. Dolores is going off the rails, and Timmy's okay but tired. So, no trips out. Timmy, have your rest, and hope for the best. What's this? A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple, one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. Ooh! Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it! I have a feeling this might be the mystery bag that contains Sharikov, our buddy from the last playthrough. Hey there, little buddy. We like you. So cute. Oh, I do love cats. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to just be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharikov. Is that its name? Okay. Oh, look at this, guys! Dolores might still be ill, but she's become sane! Is that what Sharikov does? He's brought sanity to the world. Right, she is also thirsty. Timmy has rested but is fatigued. Okay, I'm not entirely sure the overarching difference there, but have some water for Dolores, and onwards. Awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We won't know until we go out. I think we prep a mission for tomorrow and see how Timmy's doing tomorrow. We tried to keep track of dates, but they just don't add up. Luckily, Timmy remembered it's his birthday today. Oh, how wonderful. Happy birthday, chum. We should get him a present, or a cake, or both, so it's settled. We're making a soup cake, but what about the gift? Why don't we give you, your own Boy Scouts book? That seems a little bit lame, doesn't it? Let's give you the checkers set. See what you make of that. Did you like it? Oh, every time I look at Dolores, she looks so broken. We were taking cover in the shelter. We barely had time to grab anything, so the checker set is missing half its pieces. It seems you can still play with the one half since Timmy has been enjoying himself. Marvellous. So, Timmy is hungry and thirsty, and Dolores is just sick. Okay, right. Let's give you some water and some food, Tims. And, yeah, I think we're gonna have to risk it for a biscuit. Out you go, Timmy. Please bring us some medkit. Please, please, please. I don't think this is going very well. But look at Sharikov up there, looking so peaceful and so happy. Timmy's gone out. Please come back. And Dolores is hungry, so have some food. No, not water, just food. What am I doing? What am I clicking? I'm not sure. What was that? Did the radio static stop for just a moment? Let's try tuning in on that signal. Fingers crossed! Oh, I hear the coughing, I hear the coughing. Well, the radio's still in one piece. That's got to be worth something, right? Once we waded through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Cool, okay. Well, Dolores is thirsty. Timmy's still out on his way. And we can't keep sitting here. Oh, we can keep sitting here on our backsides in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighbourhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Okay, more radio times. Ooh, kitty meow, what was that? Sharikov. He's so cute. Good news, the government made a radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone to listen and wait a while longer and expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out of here soon. Oh, wonderful. And that's given us a little, ping down here. Await further instructions from the military. Mavioso. Okay, Dolores is okay but sick. Well, we kind of knew that. Sharikov sure can take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how much of a self-made cat it is. It just so happens that we found an address on its collar. Ah, we did this mission last time, and we bimbled out, and some people took Sharikov away, and it was all very sad. But we're going to do it again, because then Sharikov will come back. I have pure faith in you. We grabbed our new fluffy little friend for a stroll through the wastes, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. Apparently it belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sharikov, thanked us and left. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. Oh, Dolores is still ill. We could use some extra supplies. The last time we went on a supply run, we noticed a damaged tank stuck in the rubble nearby. How about we send someone to investigate? This has so much potential to be great and bad. It could be full of amazing supplies and we could bring back something wonderful. But it's a tank? The risk of there being explosives in a tank just seems really high, and Dolores is already sick, and I feel like if we send her out, she's gonna die. So we're gonna pass, because we're okay for food and water, and I mean, listen to that cough. Oh, I just don't think Dolores is gonna do very well. And we really need to keep her alive, because Timmy alone, that's not gonna work, is it? We decided against going for an inspection of the tank. For all we know, it might be a trap or simply a burnt-out wreck. Not worth our time or effort. Okay, Dolores is both hungry and thirsty, so let's top her up on supplies. Today we were visited by a strange-looking man. Oh, look at this! He introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting our own throat. The least we could do was to take a look at his offer, although for some reason we don't really trust him. But he's offering a med pack for ammo. I'm not even sure what the ammo is for, but I want a med pack. Please, 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 med pack. Save Dolores. Yes, yes. We have a med pack. We have a med pack. Dolores, I can heal you. Okay. The weird man tried to make us buy fried cockroaches on a stick covered in some mysterious sauce. That sounds gross. These snacks looked pretty disgusting, so we turned him down. But we bought something else from him. He looked a bit disappointed. Dolores is still ill, but not hungry or thirsty, and now we can give her a med pack! Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, what's this? What's that sound? Oh no, something or someone is below us. It's only reasonable to go check it out. How about using that manhole in the corner? Well, we can't, because we don't have the kit. It's all bust, all gone. Was that another knock? I think it was. Oh, look, Sharikov is back, and Dolores isn't green for the first time in about a year. Going into tight, dark tunnels is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps, even up here. To our surprise, we found Sharikov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, our optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Dolores was cured from her illness, yes, thank the Lord. Okay, so she doesn't need anything. She's just a bit fatigued and could do with a kip. Okay, when we hear a knock on the door and decide to open, our heart rate always goes up a bit. Fortunately, this time it wasn't some bloodthirsty raiders, but the brother and sister that we befriended some time ago. They're quite ambitious. Together with their group, they're trying to construct a few houses and make a small camp. If we had an axe, we could help them with construction. But we don't. So unless Timmy is going to go on a magical mission and bring us back an axe, it looks like we're not doing that for a while. That is assuming Timmy does come back. Oh, bother. Would you look at that? He's not coming, is he? Poop. We hope they can manage without us. Building a cosy camp seems like a nice idea and we wish the group well. Timmy should have returned by now. Timmy! Okay, Dolores has to drink. Well, we can do that. I'm not really sure what the best course of action is anymore. If we send Dolores out, that's leaving the shelter empty, and I'm not happy about that. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Sharikov found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Plaster and debris fell on our table, topped off with a big meowing furball. What is this thing anyway? Nobody remembers it being there before. The cat might get angry if we take away the wire, so maybe it's best to leave it be. Or should we examine that wire? Oh yes, yes, we should. There's a lot of knocking on our door in this series. What is happening? Why you knock, guys? We followed the wire outside and found a half-burnt-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here. R.I.P. Timmy, we miss you. We miss you. Okay, Dolores is no longer thirsty, so we don't need to give her anything in particular. And we're not sending her out. The agents who are spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? Yeah, go on then. Tell us a story. Tell us something good. Like how you're going to save us? That'd be nice. Or not. Okay, they were agents, real, live, secret agents, on a government mission. We saw their identity cards, briefly. They weren't listening in on us, it was the cat they were interested in. They made a request too, wanting us to aid them with some of their top secret missions in the future. If we do that, they promise they will extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. I love donuts. Okay, Dolores is doing... Oh, she's a bit hungry actually. Give her some soup. We can't send her out. We really can't, can we? What is this? Right. We're closed off in a tiny shelter and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins of the local retirement home. So this is the rob the elderly scenario, and yeah, soz, we are going to do it. Not because I think we need the soup, but because I'm hoping they might give us something else. And why is there so much knocking? Knock, knock, knock. Oh, they just gave us soup. 4 more cans of soup. Okay, well at least we're very well supplied on that. How much do we have out of interest? 12.25 cans of soup. Magnificent. Anyway, Dolores is thirsty but not hungry, so let's give her some water. And I'm still scared to send Dolores out. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard a knocking on the door. It seems to be a trader who is very interested in ammunition. How about that? We don't have any. How about a game of checkers? I have no idea. Ooh, bleep, bleep, bleep. Is that the radio? Oh, our checkers set's gone. What did we get in exchange? We offered checkers instead of ammunition. The visitor was quite confused and tried to explain to us what ammunition is. We pretended to understand nothing. It was very amusing, until he left with our checkers board. Asshole! Okay, that wasn't great, was it? Dolores isn't thirsty though, so... Small silver linings, and I'm still scared to send you out. Ooh, look at this though. We were able to receive another message from the government. The military is preparing a rescue mission. They want all survivors to head to a specific location in the area, then leave a sign that someone is still alive and kicking nearby. The problem is they've provided us with geographical coordinates, but we need a map. We've got a map to find out where we're supposed to be headed. Otherwise it's just complete gobbledygook. Oh, I love that word. Gobbledygook. It's like thingamajig. It's just one of those bizarre words that are so unique, and I just find them great. Right, was that successful? Oh, Dolores, your hair's growing nicely. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left them a message in the bottle. Okay, magical. Right, Dolores is doing okay. We're not going out. We're not going out. I'm scared. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? I mean, if they're gonna kill me, I'm a bit worried. Like, a lot worried. Yeah, that doesn't sound like something I want to be doing. Let's say no. As, yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm just anxious I'm gonna die. But at least we made it to day 42! The answer to everything. This is where we find out that that was them coming to rescue us and I just chickened out. Sounds about right, doesn't it? We stayed silent until the group on the other side of the door went away. They didn't show up afterwards, so we figured it was the wise thing to do. Let's just hope they don't come back in greater numbers. Dolores is hungry and thirsty, so let's stock her up. Using a high-tech setup involving paper cups and yards of string, the agents rang in with our next top-secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Let's hope for the best, Dolores. Do some magic. Please don't lose the bunker, please don't die, please don't get sick. Oh gosh, days are ticking, days are ticking. Well, we've made it back in, but she looks like she's hurt herself. Okay. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll come back safe and sound. We graciously agreed to fulfill their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information soon. That recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighbourhoods that were dicey even in the best of times. The area was full of mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs, all of them armed to the teeth. We barely made it out of there alive, but the agents seemed to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom. Maybe even a hot tub. Okay, well, hungry and thirsty, but unfortunately injured, and we can't do anything about that. So, we're gonna have to just leave it like that, I think. It's really weird when you get the feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets, no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. 'Cause yeah, running around our shelter when we live alone with a cat, with a rifle, obviously the best idea we could have had. I feel like this is going to go wrong. Well, the rifle's in one piece. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Okay, so Dolores is still hurt, but she's not hungry or thirsty. Winner. She's not going out. And when we opened the bunker door this morning to let in some fresh radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There was no note on it, and the neighbourhood seemed empty. Should we look inside? Yeah. If someone's left a bomb on our doorstep, they'd probably have taken out our entire bunker anyway. So yeah, we survived. Let's hope it was something nice in there. We gladly accept this sudden gift, and despite our suspicions, it turns out it was just the regular tomato soup that we all know and love. Thank you, kind stranger. Okay, so Dolores is just hurt and fatigued. I mean, it's not great, is it? But it's acceptable. If there's one person we truly miss, it's our great Uncle Terry. He used to tell brilliant stories about turtles, elephants, and wizards. It would be so reassuring to hear one of these stories again, and yet we don't even have a photo of him. Just memories. Alright then. Day 49. Bingo! Our Scout Handbook holds more than a ton of knowledge useful in times of apocalypse. There are some photos stuck in between its pages, along with some crosswords. We are saved! Only a few of them are solved. Marvellous. Apparently Dolores came back safely from the wasteland today, but I'm not really sure that she did, you know. Who knows? Anyway, Dolores needs a drink, so drinking we can provide. She's not going out. We got a bit scared today when all of a sudden our map just fell off the wall. Maybe our shelter is haunted. When the map fell down, it revealed some sort of safe behind it. We don't remember installing it, but we could probably crack it. Well, we technically have all the time in the world to do it. Should we try? Yes. I wonder what would be in it. I hope something useful. Day 50, and I hear what sounds like a radio. Oh, we're not sure how or why the map just decided to slide off the wall, but we're lucky that it happened. Inside the dusty safe, we found a harmonica. Of course. That obvious thing to put in a safe. Why? What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning in on that signal. Okay. I wonder what it's got for us. Anything useful? Unfortunately, probably not. As it looks like it is now broken. Marvellous. Let's hope we don't need that again. Oh, damn it. Something blew up inside the radio and the wretched thing caught fire. We were able to put it out, but it doesn't work anymore. And Dolores. Her injuries need to be fixed ASAP. Oh my gosh, I'm so seriously worried. She's in agony and we can't heal her. Ah, come on, please survive. We were never huge fans of mushrooms, but with a colony of them growing on one of the walls, we've changed our loyalties. No, we are not going to eat a mushroom. We are already hurt. We already need a med pack. We already don't have one, and they're still knocking on the door. Popular, I feel. Right, who is this? We may be hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. I'm seriously worried about these injuries, but we can give you some water. We're not going out. Clearly, we're trustworthy after our last successful mission, as the agents came back with another request. We are to generously provide either a couple of soup cans or some water bottles for an agent in the field. They'll take care of the delivery. In return, we'll be given an encouraging pat on the back and the promise of a better future in a safe government shelter. Are they taking 4? Right, what is our supply levels like? 7.75 or 12.5? Well, it makes sense to give you the soup then, doesn't it? Let's just hope Dolores can survive long enough to get to the shelter, shall we? Okay, we've made it this far. Okay, so we graciously agreed to fulfill their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information soon. Can you please come back, like, tomorrow? 'Cause I'm worried. I seriously think she's gonna die. Right, no going outside. We were discussing plans for our first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered they came from a small group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could. Water, food, or medical supplies. Right. Well, having just given away 4 foods, let's check the supply levels again. And we've still got more soup, so you know what? Yeah, have some soup. Everybody, have some soup. It's like a soup party up in here. Oh, poo. Why does it say the end? Oh, I was doing so well. Clearly not well enough. I feel like that's further than I made it last time. But apparently that is the risk to not taking enough people. You die. Dolores died of her injuries. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's us, that's us. That is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me, even though we have once again died. Soz. Maybe I've learnt my lesson. Maybe I'm just not very good at these sorts of things. Either way, if you want to leave a like on the channel, that would be magnificent. And if you want to subscribe, I would be so grateful. Until next time, goodbye!